Welcome! Today we're going to talk about courses. We're going to talk about building courses. We're going to talk about the first part in a 4-part series, how to plan your course, and just general organization. Because I've used courses to actually take my fairly small YouTube channel, right, under 10,000 subscribers, very small, and earn a relatively good income on it. Like, it doesn't pay for everything, but it earns, $1,500 a month. Just mostly on courses, because YouTube affiliate AdSense doesn't really equate to much. First up, you got to figure out what your audience wants. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by having an audience out there, by having somebody out there that really wants to know what you have to say already. I've done this by being on YouTube, by continuing to write blog posts about Obsidian mostly recently, about research methods, about how to do something with the reading, with the research that you do. For you, YouTube may not be the answer, though. If you're watching this, it might be. It might be better for you to actually write a newsletter, to write some blog posts, to do something else. Unless you're already famous for something else already, if you're a movie star, then you could probably talk about anything and people will buy it just because you're a movie star. But unless you already have that audience built in, you're not going to be able to sell your course and have really anyone interested in it. Now, when you have this audience built up already, it makes it easy to know what people want in a course, because all you have to do is look at what are people most gravitating to on my channel, on my site already, and then do a course around that. The second big thing to pay attention to is what type of course should you make. I think a lot of people default to, I'm going to make the biggest, bestest course out there that everyone's going to want to see, and even I have done this. And the truth is, every time I've tried to do like the biggest, bestest, like most comprehensive course on something, it has sold zero, like nothing. Whereas when I've done a small course that has, stuck specifically to a tool, specifically to answer one small question, it's actually done quite well. That's the courses that keep selling for me, that earn me money every month. The biggest, bestest courses just don't sell. So when I built my course getting started with Obsidian, people out there wanted to know about Obsidian, and I looked at a lot of the courses and they seemed very academic, and so I looked for a course that was really focused on people who just want to do something, produce something with Obsidian. They wanted to get to know it and they want to produce something. They didn't want, big academic citation workflows. And now I know some people want them, but I don't need those in my workflow. And so I didn't even show it off because I don't need it and it wasn't solving the problem with people that I wanted to market my course towards. Now contrast this with the course that I've been talking about off and on YouTube for quite a while, all about reading. I have read 4 books around reading so far. I have watched numerous videos. I've done lots of other research on it, and I still don't feel like I'm ready to do this course because it's a bigger course. I don't feel like I can really just show off what I do and that be part of it, but I think I need to have some more background in there, research better methods, and know, as opposed to Obsidian where I could show off this is literally what I do. Here is what I do, here's how you use the application, and here's what I do, so you can get value out of that. I think your first course is best to show off something that you know well, something that you do well, and something that answers a small encapsulated problem. Third thing, planning your course. Now, I love Obsidian, I love ThunkNotes, RemNote, Craft, all these things, great tools, but you don't need any of them. The only thing you need is, honestly, a notebook, a piece of paper, or Word, or Google Docs, or a text editor of any fashion, and just start writing some bullet points down. Write down, here are some things that I think you need to know about this problem. So I wrote down, like, what are the basics of Obsidian? What you need to know Markdown. You need to know some of these basic things. And then I actually started writing them and producing small videos on it and teasing the course. And then when I came back to actually recording the course, I had linked my bullet notes, my bullet points, out to these various items, and I just recorded it again, reworked it again, redid the course again, the video again, and then put it up for people to watch. One of the big reasons I love Obsidian or Craft or ThunkNotes, RemNote, any of these things is that it allows you to do backlinking. So I do double square bracket, the term or the word, and then I do double square bracket again. This lets me long-term build up a web of knowledge, and so when I go to write about, say, Obsidian and Markdown, I have a bunch of backlinks to either of those topics, and then it lets me organize my content faster to get into my next phase, because once you've got your bullet points, I think number 4 is you need to write your course out. Even if you're not producing a written course, even if you're not producing, anything out of that that's going to be in written form, I think writing your course out, writing your lessons out is crucial, because you're going to go through, hopefully, and you're going to write it well, and you're going to verify your information, and you're going to link to things that prove your points, and it's just going to create a better course. Even right now, like off to my side right here, I have this written out as like a script that I wrote for Paid Memberships Pro. And I refer back to this regularly during my video work to know what I want to talk about next. As I typed this script out even, I realized there was things I didn't know, things I hadn't firmed up, and so I wrestled with paragraphs to make sure that I understood what I wanted to say when it came to part 1 and really planning out your course. The second reason you really need to write out your course, besides being prepared, is that you're going to realize some parts are way too long. Honestly, even today's video, I think it would be way too long for a course to put up as a single lesson. I would probably divide this up into 2 or 3 lessons, and they would be shorter. They'd be shorter than this, right? They'd be 2 to 5 minutes. That's probably the maximum I do an individual lesson, and then people can watch that encapsulated and they feel like they're making progress faster, as opposed to one longer video where you got to work harder to actually maintain people's interest. So for you, that probably means that if you're going to do a 5-minute video, you need about 750 words. For most people, that's all it takes. You need about 750 words, will be about a 5-minute video, and then you can edit it after. Now, I don't actually recommend reading from the script. So what I'm doing is I just glance over, I read a paragraph or two, and then I talk off the cuff on it. That does mean that I have to edit a whole bunch of this because there's a bunch of stuff that I just rambled and I was like, that didn't make any sense. But it also makes me sound real. It makes me sound not like a robot. It takes a lot of work to read off a teleprompter and to read fully off a script without sounding like a robot. Finally, the reason you need to write out your script is because I can't count the number of times that I go to record something and I look at it and I'm like, I don't actually remember how to do this right now. Because, setting up software or something, you do it once, then you don't do it again for months or years maybe if you never change your computer around. So then I can have screenshots and I can go back and verify exactly what I need to do because I have screenshots pointing out what I need to do. And that's it for the first video. Those are 4 big things you need to pay attention to when you're going to build an online course. If you like this video, thumbs up below, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. Or you can check out any of my courses, curtismchale.ca/membership. You can get all my courses included with your site membership and a newsletter. Or if you look below, there are courses linked to SkillShare. If you have a SkillShare membership, just go take them. Have an excellent day.